All right, welcome back to another one of our film reviews. Today we are talking Houston Texans rookie left tackle Aireontae Ersery. It's been a rough start for the Texans offense, but Ersery has quickly emerged as a stud up front. Great find by the Houston Texans, and he'll be a big part of this Texans offensive turnaround. We'll break down everything he did so well, and he did a lot of really good stuff in the Texans' most recent performance. As always, in the comment section below, give us any feedback you might have. If you're a fan of these film reviews and want to see us do more of them, consider becoming a member of our channel. There's a link in the description box below to support us. We greatly appreciate it. Link will take you right there. But without further ado, let's jump right into the film. All right, let's open up with some pass rush, and there's Ersery right there, of course, at left tackle for the Houston Texans. What the Texans are going to do is they're going to flip the running back pre-snap over here, and they're going to have the play side of the offensive line on this particular play. It's going to be the right side. Those three guys, they're all going to take the gap to their right. So the center's going to take that gap, right guard's going to take that gap, and right tackle's going to take that gap. What does it mean over here on the left side? It means it's man-on-man. So left guard, man-on-man, left tackle, Ersery, man-on-man right there. No help. Got to get it done. Talk about a rookie left tackle on an island by himself, primetime football on a defensive end. Really good job. Great technique, great execution. A bright spot for this Houston offense for sure. Let's check it out. All right, there's a running back flip. There's a snap. Decent amount of time for the quarterback. CJ Stroud escapes. It runs for pretty good yardage. Good play for the Texans offense. Let's look at Ersery right here, one-on-one on this defensive end. Again, no help at an island. One of the things I really love about Ersery is how much he trusts his technique. One of the things about him is he doesn't set vertically. He sets kind of at an angle. You see how he gets out there diagonally? Some offensive line coaches and some offensive linemen, they love to go straight back. Not a true back pedal, but pretty close. Ersery goes at an angle. I think it's because he trusts his footwork and his technique and his hands, like we see here. He is amazing with his hands. It's not a great, powerful punch, but he puts it in a good spot and uses it to run the defender past the quarterback. It doesn't look the most impressive, right? It's not a pancake block or anything like that, but it's just really good protection. I mean, this defensive end, what pass rush move does he have? Ersery gets out to him and gets his hands on him, and then he's kind of just flailing, and all he can do is just run around the quarterback. Defensive ends, especially good ones, and zero's a pretty good one for Tampa. They want to use their repertoire moves. They want to use a rip move, a spin move, a swim move, speed to power, everything they got in their arsenal. And Ersery, he just takes it away. Really good pass blocker already for the Houston Texans. All right, for the wide copy, you can see right there at the bottom of your screen, just get onto him and just run him past the quarterback. Again, this is just almost too easy. It almost looks nonchalant. Ersery's so calm, gets his hands, pushes him by, nowhere near the quarterback. One of the things that Ersery does really good is that even though he sets diagonally, he keeps his chest and back vertical, right? He doesn't lean until he has to lean right here at the very end to push him past the quarterback. He is so trustful of his balance and technique. For a rookie to do this so early in his career, very, very impressive. We saw some of this in the preseason, but he continues to get better. This is a great find for the Texans offense. They have issues elsewhere. They got to clean a lot of things up, of course, but Ersery so far has been a revelation at left tackle. All right, sticking with the pass protection, and there's Ersery right there at left tackle. This may be my favorite play from Ersery that I've seen so far in his NFL career. I get it, small sample size, 2 games, but still. Right, what we're going to see here from the Houston Texans is same sort of play calling in terms of protection scheme. The center's going to take the gap to his right guard's going to take the gap to his right tackle's going to take the gap to his right. We're going to get man-on-man on the backside. Man-on-man here, man-on-man here, and man-on-man here, right? That's the idea, that's the structure. What the Buccaneers end up doing is they try to beat that and try and get a little clever. What they do is they have the linebacker fire out this way and try to bring the defensive end around, right? They're thinking, okay, one of these guys is going to go free. Either the tackle's going to go inside and the linebacker's going to come around, or the tackle's going to go outside and this defensive end's going to blow through the running back right there and sack the quarterback. That's the thought from Tampa. But they didn't think about Ersery being really smart and savvy. He recognizes it instantly, picks up and stonewalls 54, allows 21 to pick up the defensive end. This is phenomenal, guys. This is great execution. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. There's the blitz. They pick it up beautifully. Beautifully. Look at this time. Big completion down the field. That's awesome. I mean, if you're a fan of offensive line play, if you're a fan of pass protection, and I don't know if anyone's a fan of that kind of thing, but this is just fantastic. I mean, look at this. This is a really clever design. I like this idea from Tampa. Again, you got 75. He's going to be focused on the defensive tackle. So you have 2 Texans for 2 defenders, and these defenders, really good stunt blitz combination right here, and Houston handles it no problem. And this is a rookie left tackle, mind you. He sees it coming a mile away. He sees the stunt, feels 54 out of the corner of his eye, picks him up right there, and then swings him outside. Again, he uses his hands so well. Really good footwork. Right here, he loses his inside foot and immediately recaptures it, stays with them, stays in front of it, locks it down. Look at this space for CJ Stroud to operate in. There's no one even remotely close to him. It wasn't a perfect night for the Texans offensive line, obviously, but this is really, really good by Ersery and 21. I mean, folks, this is just awesome. Obviously, the Texans offense has gotten a lot of criticism, as it should, but right here, up front, left tackle, running back, this is as good as it gets.
Yeah, and I can talk again. A couple of these we've filmed this past week, talking about week 1 to week 2 transformations in a player Ersery. Again, tough week 1. Texans in general, tough week 1. 29.4 pass blocking grade for him. 5 pressures allowed. Comes back week 2 against a good Tampa pass rusher. Some solid players on that defensive line. 69.1 pass blocking grade for him. That's in the green. We're looking good there. That's quality starter material. So Aireontae Ersery, really great job in the pass blocking game so far for the Texans.
All right, going ahead with the running game, and there's Ersery right there at left tackle, of course. We're going to get an inside zone concept for the Houston Texans. So we're going to get this H-back in motion pre-snap, and he's going to lead through the hole right here. Tight end's going to base reach 0. We're going to get a base reach here from the guard with a little help from Ersery right here before he works up to the next level, and then standard zone cutoff scoop blocks here on the backside. I want you guys to watch Ersery again. Maybe not a great double team at the point of attack. I don't know what was called. I'm assuming this is supposed to be a normal base reach. But when he gets up to the next level, he delivers a powerful block. I love his physicality. Let's check it out. There's motion. There's the snap. Inside zone run. Decent little cutback. Decent little run there for the Houston Texans. All right, let's look at Ersery at left tackle, right? He navigates through there. He extends a little bit. I think he was only supposed to give double team help if 90 goes outside. 90 kind of peeks inside, so he goes up to the next level. That's fine. Look at that shove. Look at that contact. Look at him dislocate number 8. We talk about in the zone scheme as an offensive lineman, you're trying to dislocate the defense. You're trying to get them blown out of the way to open up the cutback lane. You know how you get a cutback lane right here? It's when you get movement. You know how you get movement? By being physical with these guys. Look at Ersery. Just get in number 8 and just slingshot him 7 yards downfield. Opens up this cutback lane. We see the second cutback lane from the running back, right? He cuts back here. Then he's able to cut back again there. Why? Because number 8's 45 yards away, right? Number 8 right here, he's not in Houston, maybe in Corpus Christi or something, right? But he's not, look at this, completely blown out of the way. Really good job. I know it doesn't, again, look like a pancake or anything like that, but to get a linebacker, a play side linebacker, I mean, he's thrown outside the defensive end by like 10 yards, right? It opens up a really nice crease here. They're one block away. Maybe if he can get on 54, then maybe he can run over 23, the running back run over 23. Still a really nice run here. Good job at the point of attack. Good job across the board for the Houston Texans. Not perfect, but here Ersery does a really nice job in the run game. All right, from the wide copy, watch Ersery again. Get up to the next level, deliver a contact. Boom. Look at this. Look at this linebacker, guys. Look at his arms. I'm going to try and freeze frame it for you. Look at that. That's not a good football position, right? When you hit these linebackers and they go flailing like that, that's a pretty good sign that you're getting movement. Look at him. He's completely blown out of the way. And this is why the running back was able to cut back, right? He initially cuts back there. Now look at this crease open up. That's what we're talking about, guys. And this is how play action becomes a big weapon going forward, because then you have to have safeties and everyone else fly downhill to prevent these kind of runs going forward. And then you're going to get play action opportunities behind it. It's been a bad first 2 weeks for the Texans offense, right? That's undeniably so, right? There's no sugarcoating it. But Ersery, he's getting better and better, guys. Obviously improved week 1 to week 2, and at the track he's on, he'll become a star in short order. I mean, this is an impact block at the point of attack from the rookie left tackle.
Now let's hear from the sponsor of today's video.
We'd like to give a big thanks to DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring today's video. Football season is right around the corner, and if you love the thrill of live betting, DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen, and if sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry, you can still join in on the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Sports and have the shot to win cash prizes. And remember, new customers who bet $5 get $200 instantly in bonus bets. That's right, new customers who bet $5 get $200 instantly in bonus bets. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to DraftKings Sportsbook today and sign up using our promo code SMI. Again, head over to DraftKings Sportsbook and sign up today using our promo code SMI.
All right, sticking with the running game, and there's Aireontae Ersery right there, of course, at left tackle for the Houston Texans. It's going to be a downhill gap concept. We're going to get the tackle working out there, double team right here, working up to number 8. We're going to get a base block here, base block here. We're going to get a receiver in motion here, and then he's going to insert for number 23. It's going to be a downhill rushing concept, running back to trying to find a hole wherever he can. What the solution is that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers came up with when they see this receiver insert right here is they have this defensive end. They have him slant down inside. And this is a situation when you're a tackle in this position right here, you got to make sure you give up no penetration, but you have to keep running your feet and stay in front of him, allow the running back to cut back behind you. That's exactly what the rookie left tackle does. Great play. Let's check it out. All right, there's motion. There's a snap, inside run, running back cuts back. Decent little run. So look at Ersery at the point of attack, right? You see zero, he slants inside. The entire Bucs defense slanting that direction, right? Opens up that cutback lane, makes sense. Watch Ersery. Gets into zero, no penetration, and keeps running his feet, bodies him up, and stays on him the entire play. Look at the movement he gets at the point of attack. The line of scrimmage is what? That looks like the 41-yard line, I believe. Look where Ersery ends up number 0. Look where he ends up pushing him at. The 44, 45. So we're talking 3 yards of vertical movement and staying in front of him, staying him square. This is the cutback lane right there. This is a really good job. Who is this, number 35 from Tampa? Really good fill and good tackle there. I give credit where credit is due. But right here up front, Ersery does a really nice job moving his feet, getting hat on a hat, staying square. Technically sound. And once again, guys, common refrain, uses his hands very well, gets his hands on the inside of Zero Diaby there, controls him the entire play. This is a really good, fundamentally sound rep from the young left tackle.
Yeah, now we're talking about run blocking prowess for Ersery. Does, again, a solid job, 60.8 overall run blocking grade. But I want to go back to that preseason where he was doing a little bit better, 69.5 run blocking average for there. Very close, talking about small stuff here, but Ersery's been dominant in the pass blocking game. He's been really good in the run blocking game as well. I think he's a bright spot on this Texans offensive line. But if I could see one thing, room for improvement, I think he's a guy, he's big enough, he's powerful enough, I think he could be a force in the run blocking game.
All right, going back to some pass protection, and there's Ersery right there at left tackle. The Houston Texans, once again, are going to have the right side of the O-line be the play side. That's these 3 guys, and they're going to take the gap to their right. Right tackle here, right guard there, center there. What does it mean on the backside? It means man-on-man, right? You guessed it. We got man-on-man there and man-on-man right there. This time, though, they're going to have the H-back right here give a little chip help. And listen, as a former offensive lineman, I hate chip help, right? You sit here as a tackle, and you're trying to figure out the angle, the timing of everything, and then one of these jokers chips these defensive ends. They may chip him inside. They may chip him outside. They completely slow up the timing. I hate chip help. I know it's supposed to be a help on tackles, and sometimes it is. A lot of times it isn't. But Ersery right here does a really good job reacting to the chip and locks down zero once again for Tampa Bay. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. Good protection. All day to throw. Throws it down the field. Ugh, so close. I mean, this is good coverage by Tampa, but man, so close to being a touchdown. It's been that kind of start for the Houston offense. All right, let's look at Ersery right here at left tackle. He gets the chip help. Unfortunately, the chip help kind of throws zero back to the inside. Ersery right there is in a perfect position to run zero upfield like we've seen already in this cut up, but the tight end, the chip, kind of a weak chip there, but he throws him. Look at this. I always love when you're H-back right there. Watch him. Throws him inside. That's a big help. Really appreciate that. But again, Ersery does a good job recovering. He loses the inside leg right there, but squares up, stays on him, uses that great arm length and strength there to keep zero at bay, keeps him away from the quarterback, moves his feet extremely well as well. Again, he's just really good at this, right? A lot of pass protection, it sounds simple, it sounds obvious, but it's just something you have to just be good at. Can you move your feet? Do you have good hand strength? Do you understand body position and angles? In Ersery, he just intuitively gets it. He's going to be a good left tackle for many, many years. All right, from the wide copy, you can see Ersery at the top of your screen. Watch this. Is this Schultz? Oh, my gosh. I'm not a huge fan of Dalton Schultz personally. I don't mean to degrade him. He's obviously much better at football than I ever was, but I just don't like this. You're trying to chip help. You absorb the contact, right? He catches it on the chip, and then you throw him inside. How is that helping your team win? It isn't, right? If you're going to chip, throw your helmet and face mask in there and just do it. Ugh, I don't like that. But anyway, Ersery, he does a good job. Loses the inside leg right there because of Schultz right there giving him no help, but he recovers. Loses it, gets it right back, stays in front of him, moves his feet, gives his quarterback a chance. This is just, again, really good offensive line play from Ersery, really good O-line play from the Texans, gives their offense a chance, just can't quite hit it. All right, going back to the running game, and there's Ersery right there at left tackle. This is something I think he needs to work on, and we mentioned earlier before about needing to improve a little bit in the run game. What we're going to get is another inside run concept right here. We're going to get a double team right here, working up to the next level. We're going to get a double team right here, working up to the next level. We're going to get the tight end base blocking here. Receiver's going to come in motion and insert right here, and we're going to get the left tackle basing right here. And again, inside run this direction, wherever the running back can find the hole. But this is a situation where Ersery, he fires out in this defensive end, and he does fine. It's not a disaster or anything like that, but he doesn't finish the play. And this is the one refrain I see when it comes to Ersery in a lot of running game. He doesn't finish. Sometimes he does. Sometimes he does really well, like we saw before, but not every time. He needs to work on becoming more consistent. That's my one complaint about his game. He's doing well, but this is something he needs to improve on. Let's check it out. A little motion inside. There's the handoff. Not a lot of running room there. Running back does a good job to get where he can. Let's look at Ersery right here at left tackle. Fires out in the zero. That's fine. And then just lets him go. I mean, you block your guy for like, what, a second? Now, I'm not saying hold him. I'm not saying anything like that, right? Don't commit a dumb penalty. But just stay on him, right? We know you can move your feet. We've seen it in the run game. We've seen it in the pass game, dude. We know you can finish. Now just do it. Get some movement. Impose your will a little bit. Fire out into this defensive end and blow him back. He's kind of blowing you back a little bit. I know you can win at the point of attack. I know you're better than this. We saw this in the preseason. We see this at times in the regular season. Be more physical. This is my one complaint with Ersery. Every once in a while, he just I don't say he takes a play off, but he just has a play like this where he just doesn't look very physical and he doesn't finish. There's a lot of plays where he does both of those traits and does it at an extremely high level. This isn't one of them, and there's probably one every 6 or 7 plays that are like this. This is something he definitely needs to work on going forward.
Yeah, and again, I think one key thing we need to remember about Ersery, nothing really he needs to improve on or anything, but why I think we're going to see a big improvement from him as we did from week 1 to week 2. You got to remember, this is a guy who played most of his snaps at right tackle in week 1, transferred over to left tackle in week 2. We're seeing he's much more natural, much more comfortable at the left tackle position. So I think we're going to see this level of play from Ersery. I don't think it's a fluke. He made such a big improvement. I think at this left tackle position, Aireontae Ersery has found his spot with the Houston Texans.
All right, let's end on something positive. And there's Ersery right there at left tackle. He's going to be one-on-one on number 5, edge rusher. Once again, I mean, he just dominates in these situations. Number 5 is going to try and beat him with speed, but Ersery, he is just too darn good. Just kick steps out there and just runs him upfield like it's nothing. Again, he is a stud left tackle, only getting better. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. Good protection. Step up, hit the running back. Really big play down the sideline. It all starts with protection, though. Running back's able to escape, take advantage of a matchup. Why is the running back able to escape? Because your left tackle, one-on-one with no help, absolutely obliterates people. I mean, this is essentially the equivalent of getting pancaked. Number 5 doesn't get in the same zip code, right? Doesn't get even remotely close to C.J. Stroud. He gets run up the field and completely just manhandled. Again, great footwork, great punch, great use of the hands. I mean, this is just so good. And this is why I know a lot of Texans fans are really despondent about the start of the season. And look, it's been rough. 0-2 stinks, right? Offense has not been good. But you got something here in Ersery. A lot of people, all the talking heads said, you traded away Tunsil? Dumb move, stupid move. You're going to rely on a rookie left tackle, rookie tackle? That ain't going to work out. It's working out, guys. And not that Ersery is perfect. We've highlighted some things he needs to work on. And, he didn't have a great week 1 in a tough matchup against a really good Rams front. But he's a heck of a player with a bright future and a phenomenal find by the Houston Texans.